Welcome back to my channel. Let's talk about how I would find a lender if I'm buying a house in some other state. If we haven't met, my name is Shawn Yu from Portland, Oregon. I've been selling real estate since 2008, so I know a thing or two. I'll tell you who I will contact and how I'm going to compare those different lenders. The first thing I would do is Google your community bank and community credit unions. You'll probably search Austin, Texas Credit Union, Austin, Texas Community Bank, and see if you can find a local actual person, not just the bank, actual person who's specifically doing the home mortgage. The second option that I'm going to look for is if you have a realtor already selected, I will ask that realtor and get a recommendation. But you have to be careful because not all the lenders your realtor is going to recommend are going to be the best for you. One option that I wouldn't recommend is one of those like a big national sort of lenders, like a Home Depot type of lenders. I would avoid those because you probably will end up working with somebody else completely in like different time zone. They're just customer service. They take calls all day long. I don't think they'll have time or specialty or skills to really customize your needs. Now, once you collected about 3 to 5 specific contacts in community bank or credit union or recommended by your realtor or whatever, I would start sending them the same email or text or phone call asking the same question and try to compare their answers within first 2 maybe 3 days. That's because the rates can change in 2 to 3 days. So you want to compare within the same rate time period and compare the fees and rates. Oh, one thing I forgot, before you contact them, make sure to vet their like online reviews. Google reviews, Yelp, Zillow, the Better Business Bureau, to see if there's any like concerning big strikes. And a lot of times when you read those reviews, what you might want to look for is someone who says, hey, this lender was awesome because she or he took so much time to explain things to me, really took time to look at the changes of the rate and really reminded me about certain things in certain time. It was very easy process and I got a great rate. That's what you're looking for. Now, let's talk about how you need to compare them, how I will compare them. As I mentioned, I will try to get their answers within 2 to 3 days that within the same rate period and ask for the loan estimate, their rates and fees. And you might want to give them your just like overall credit score so they can have some benchmark to underwrite you with. And don't give them your social security number because once you give them social security number, I know I've heard some lenders will just pull your credit without your permission. Maybe social security code is just like so social security number is just giving automatic permission. I don't think that should be the case, but I've heard that happening before. So don't give your number. You need to tell them your down payment position, how much you saved up, and maybe the other thing is like ask for what kind of loan programs that they would recommend in your situation and see what they say. Now, right here, if they're not giving you a clear sort of answers that you're looking for, you might want to walk away from them. Because from my experience, the bad lenders who actually try to like charge really high fees or kind of vague about the rates and things like that, such as, oh yeah, you need to like log into this our website to see your current rate, that type of answers. That's a big red sign. You need to walk away from that lender. That happened to one of my buyers one time before, so I know what it is. Few things that I will kind of compare is the how fast they respond. I mean, I don't want somebody who would just like pick up calls right away and like within 2 seconds they answer. I'm not asking that. I'm asking for someone at least within the one business day, they have, reasonable response time, 2 3 4 hours, that's fine by me. But if they make you wait like a day and a half or 2 days, I would probably not work with them, because a lot of times when you make an offer on like Saturday or Sunday, if they're not responsive and you can get that approval letter or adjusting the pre-approval letter or changing the HOA fee and property taxes, you can get that within that time, you may not get the house. The other thing that I'll be looking for is how well they, explain things to you. How well uh, do you understand? Because I think everyone has like different style of communication, and certain people you can understand way better. Obviously, you're understanding me because you're still watching this video, but some may say that guy has a funny accent, then they're not my client, right? When it comes to lending, there's a lot of detailed information. You really have to have that trust in your lender and your realtors. And if you don't get that after like one or two phone calls, a few texts, or a few email, you're kind of getting more confused. That's a bad sign. I think you need to find somebody who you feel really comfortable and who can explain things so easily. It just takes away the stress. And at the same time, giving you a bunch of different options and recommend, hey, this is what I would recommend if I'm in your shoes because of X, Y, and Z. Some lenders might recommend certain programs that because they make more money. If you smell that, walk away. One other thing is that within the 2 to 3 business days, I will compare their rates. As of today or as of tomorrow, what would be your rate with my credit score and what would be your fee? They should be able to give you exact number. Exact number. If they don't, if they say it kind of do, it depends, blah blah blah. No, they should be able to give you current rate and how much they charge and what your monthly fee will be like, and you need to ask all those questions and have a same set of questions and to send them at the same day at the same time. That way you can compare apples to apple, and you don't want to do this when you found the house you want to buy because you're going to be, chasing time. I would be kind of concerned with a little too salesy people. They're just like way too pushy, salesy. They're not listening to you. They're just trying to push certain products. Yeah, walk away. The other warning signs are like, very inconsistent communication. They sometimes answer you and then like two days go by and nothing happens, and then they forget things. I mean, we don't want that kind of professionals when it comes to buying a house. Or like unclear fees, that's a bad sign. Or like not providing something written, something tangible. They just talk but they never give you anything written, you need to walk away. One of the things that I'd be kind of be concerned is that if they keep pushing you about the refinancing. So for example, rates are really high, but you need to be able to like refi. You can refi in 2 to 3 years, rates gonna come down. They're kind of giving you selling a loan product with condition of refining that will benefit you if the rate goes down. That was one of the biggest issues why people who bought in 2021 can't get the refi done right now, because the rate isn't hasn't dropped as much to make sense to refi. um, but it is what it is. But if they kind of keep bringing that up, hey, you can always refi. No, that's a no. One last thing is that I would do your gut check. If your gut says, I feel good with this lender. If your gut says, something's not adding up, something doesn't feel right, you need to listen to your gut because you are sensing something, you know. Um, and then the other thing is that like if there's like a few $100s fee difference, you feel good with this one lender, but the other lender who you don't feel that good with, they give you a little bit less fee. That's where you need to decide, is it more important for me to feel good buying this home by paying $200 more higher fee to this lender who explains so well, very clear, you know what you're getting into, feels excellent. And maybe you're already selected realtors really working well this with this person, or they get some good recommendation because they have some reputation in town. You may just pay that few $100s more to get the service, because that can equate to closing on time, without issues, without errors, without missing the Washington County transfer fee. And there was one lender who actually forgot that, so it delayed closing. When the closing gets delayed, guys, it can get really stressful, and that can give you a way out of certain deals can be canceled. Because let's say if the seller actually changed their mind to sell, but they're kind of going through the process because they want to follow the rule and the offer that they signed. But if it doesn't close, if that means it may actually give them a way out of that deal. So that doesn't happen that often, but it can happen when a lender make an error and a closing gets delayed. So once you find this one lender, you feel great, fees are good, the rates are awesome, excellent customer service, good gut check and everything, then you want to do that full application with this one lender. Full application is only should be done once, not with a bunch of multiple lenders, because it could hurt your credit score, and it would be very unnecessary. One last thing I might add is that once you have that, I mean, you could maybe ask other lenders, if in the future you meet someone else, you may just have them, maybe, check on that loan and see if they can beat it. But I mean, once you get to this point, you should be good, in my opinion. I would feel better, in my opinion, as a home buyer. So when I work with my home buyers, sometimes I ask them, "Hey, did you get a good rate? Who's giving you the best rate? Did this person at credit union, did they give you the best deal? The ones that I recommended, who I would use." And then I kind of keep a tab on them, so that making sure that they're understanding, they're comfortable, they're getting the good rates. And sometimes they ask me, "Hey, Sean, I got these two sort of estimates. What do you think?" I've had that before. And regular consumers, they may not see the difference between the fees because forms could be different. And when I look at them, I go, well, these guys charge more fees, but it looks like they have a lower rate. Or, oh, that fee is the same as this, they're charging here way more. So we as realtors, sometimes we can see that a little bit better. So feel free to ask your realtor, to have them kind of compare two different loan estimates, try to make it as apple to apple, so that you can understand exactly what you're getting. So that's kind of like what I would do if you already have a realtor. And this is really the last thing. I'm not a big fan of like team setup where realtor and lender, they all exclusively work together, which means they market things together. When you see a flyer, you see a realtor on front and then the lender on the back. If they're like one-to-one exclusive, which means that they're not recommending you two, three different lenders or two, three realtors, you might want to be careful, because that's not going to give you the best options, possibly. If they're the best lender, fine. But how can you know just one lender recommendation, one realtor recommendation, they're going to be the best for you? And, like, especially if it's like husband and wife, realtor and lender, no, I would feel very uncomfortable recommending something like that. So anyways, that would be the last portion. So yeah, please tell me what you think. If you're a lender watching this, what did I miss? If you're a lender, how would you look for your lender? I would love to know more. I would love to hear your thoughts as a home buyer, lender, other realtors. I don't care. Leave a comment. If you got something good from this video, please hit the like button and subscribe so you can reach more home buyers like yourself. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.